Hello, hello, hello. Sorry if I kept you there a bit. Just realised I had my microphone muted and you probably couldn't hear a word I was about to say. Which is not a good start, is it? So here we are. I just kicked you. You okay there? I'll just give you a little kick. Um, let's move this a bit closer. Right, then I can see what I'm supposed to be doing. Right, so Wednesday, we are at the midpoint, the middle of the week. And I have me onion. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So how's it been going for you? What have you discovered? Looking at my notes, welcome, welcome, welcome. So note taking, have you been doing any note taking? I was blown away by looking at Graham's notes. Did you have a look in the reasons or results Facebook page? Graham Hendry put up a copy of his notes, and I'm really envious because he takes beautiful notes. Which is probably why he's written 4 books, you know, because my notes are a bit scrappy, as I say the least. And yeah, well, there we are. That's just me. I'm untidy. That's why I have a wife to help put me in order, which is fantastic. I tell you, this event would be nothing without Cheryl guiding me in the background. I mean, I did an event, the last event on my own, and I'm beginning to wonder how, because I've got a hero back there helping me out. Anyway, you will meet her at some stage. I'm sure we will get her on camera. Right, so where was we? Yes, getting your notes done. What are you discovering? That's what I was going to ask you about. You know, if you are discovering anything, if you are any light bulb moments, please, 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 please put them into the comments. Either put them in the comments on the page or put them into the comments onto the Facebook page. Let us know how you're getting on or what you're discovering. Or if you've got questions, put them there too. Because you know all the speakers are popping in and out of that page, and they will answer you. I'm pretty sure they will answer you. And if you've got a question directly to the speaker, all the speakers are very happy for you to reach out to them. So you can do that as well. Okay, so it is interesting, isn't it, that notes about what you discover. And you know, this is what this is for, the onion. It's a reminder that, you know, the onion has many, many layers. And you'll notice if you go and look in the group, Graham is one of our speakers. He's taking notes from the other speakers because as far as he's concerned, there's always another layer. There's never an end to this process. And that's true. There is never an end to this. There's always more to discover. And if you caught my live a few moments ago with Liz, we were talking about that in terms of that there is always the next step. There's always the next stage. For every fear we overcome, for every stage we step, there is always somewhere else. And if there wasn't, then I guess we'd be into the process of enlightenment, wouldn't we? And I don't suppose you stay here much longer once you become enlightened fully, but who knows? I don't know. I've not been there yet. So when I get there, I'll try and tell you. So what am I going to talk about today other than that? Yes, I'm going to tell you today the speaker offers. Have you had a look at the speaker pages? My wonderful wife has organized it for me and I've got it on my tablet, so I don't have to look down there. Don't look at that. I can look sort of there. So if you go and have a look at the speaker pages, each speaker has put up something free to offer. So on Monday, Liz put down a download of your self-care for the busy woman, for the busy woman's guide. So that's quite good. These are all free items that you can pick up on the speakers pages. So do go and have a look at them because they are brilliant. Corinne's giving you a link to her podcast series. Corrie is a fantastic speaker. She's on this evening, so we'll hear more about her. But you can get to her podcast series and really, really good stuff. Emma Last, she's got Mental Fitness Reboot, a 5-day transformational challenge. This is probably an email thing, I guess, but it'll be great. You know, always good stuff to do. And she's also put a free ebook, Honest and Realistic Survival Guide to the Business and Rebooting Your Mental Fitness. Good stuff. You will notice here that I've got a bit of the noddy head going on. This is bifocals because I can read that better without my glasses, but I can't see you. No, I can actually. I could probably go without them, but it looks a bit weird me without glasses, so I better put them back on again. So Karen, she's given out the 20 minutes. She's offering a 20-minute Wouldn't It Be Awesome coaching session, which is very worth taking up. Tracy is designing an intentional 2020 vision book. Interesting. Graham is offering leadership book collection, 400 strategies to provoke change. If you caught his speech last night, you will know definitely that Graham is very big on changing your environment, very big on stepping out there and seeing what's possible. Patty, who you're going to hear this evening, she's offering a 5-step guide to receiving. You'll hear more about that later, I'm sure. Corey is what's your personal overwhelm culprit. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's obviously worth checking out. Keith is giving the abridged almost everything you would want to know about phobias. That's quite good, because Keith is very much about fear and dealing with phobias, and so you'll hear about him tonight. And Claire is Download You Were Born Rich, the best-selling ebook by Bob Proctor. So Claire is a mentee of Bob Proctor. She's part of his group, that all of her training is done with Bob Proctor, and he is her direct mentee. If you don't know who Bob Proctor is, he is probably the grandfather of all this stuff. The man has been doing it for about 50 years. He knows a thing or two. And so Claire went and trained with the best, as only Claire would. So that's what is on offer for free on the speaker pages. So do go and check it out, because it's definitely worth having a look at. I'm just trying to see how long I've been rabbiting for. I think it's probably a few minutes, not that long. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Okay, so what are we on to tonight? I talked about the onion. I don't need that page, because that page is yesterday. I do need this page. Yes, this page. So today's conversation, and I touched on it in the live with Liz, is all about this idea of fear and resistance. So whenever we step out of the comfort zone, and that's the point, it is the comfort zone. When we step out of the comfort zone, we go into that place of like the unknown. And depending on where we are with it, will depend on how we react. So in my circumstances, my discomfort zone is just before I switch this live button on. And you'll notice the last couple of days, this has been quite stressful for me to get to this point, to do this point, because there's a lot of technical stuff to be done just before I go live. And it really does scare me, the fact that I get it all wrong. And I got it wrong last night for a bit. I had to shift the timing by 5 minutes so that I could get the thing to work. Nobody died, and I got through it. And I know I can get through it. So this is not a big stretch for me, but at the same token, it is a... And it's like, we all have those things. And it's a question of finding where the edge is. Because when we go through them, we build new confidence. So this evening, it was much smoother. We came up with a solution tonight. You might have seen, if you're looking at the replay, you would have seen the sign. We found a solution to alleviate my stress. And I won't need to edit this, which would be fantastic. So it is all about stepping out and finding what it is for you. But we're always going to come up against some sort of resistance. We're always going to come up against some sort of fear. And the question is how you deal with it. How do you do it? Because it's all about saying, yeah, it's easy, but it isn't easy, is it? You know, fear is visceral on a lot of places. It really is. It gets us in the stomach. It gets us in the throat. It gets us in all sorts of places. It makes us freeze in certain situations. You know, I mean, the worst fear I used to have in a corporate world was when one of the managers or one of the directors would say, I'd like to see you tomorrow morning at 9, and not say what it was. And so now, did they realize that overnight I would be chewing on what they wanted to see me about at 9 in the morning? Bad management and leadership, obviously, but that's the sort of thing that kind of really does stress people out. So we all have to find ways of dealing with this stuff. And, you know, the talks this evening are all based around this. And one of the overriding things you'll discover tonight is, although fear is frightening, fear is scary, it is actually a gift. And when we learn to use it as a gift, it opens up all sorts of possibilities. So that's what we're going to discover tonight. So we have 4 speakers for you this evening. We have Patty Lennon, delivering the power of fear. Now, Patty, I met a couple of years ago on the podcast, and she was a type A corporate banker, she describes herself. and she left that business, and she left it for various reasons, and she'll explain that herself, and discovered that she was actually a medium. So for her, that was really strange, because she came from the corporate banking world, which is all numbers, figures, and kind of very straight stuff, and she ended up in a different world. And she is an amazing speaker. She is she's written a book. She's a keynote speaker. She's regularly speaks in various places. I mean, the reason I interviewed her is because she delivered 52 talks in 52 weeks as a challenge. She literally did a speech a week all over the US. And that's why I interviewed her. But I was so blown away by the content she did. And she is such an in touch person with that. So you'll really enjoy that talk. I really guarantee that's an amazing talk. Corey Logaidas is delivering Unstuck Yourself, Foolproof Strategy for Change. Now, Corey is one of these people that is absolutely, comes from a family of entrepreneurs, and she is blessed with that in her blood. She actually doesn't experience fear at all. She doesn't experience fear of change at all. For her, it's just something to get through, something to get through. And you'll hear all about it in her talk. But she has realized that majority of people don't have that gift, if you like, if it's a gift. I'm not sure it is. I don't know. I'd have to sit down and talk to her more and discover if it was a gift. But she has used that to come up with a framework to help people get unstuck and move forward. So it's good conversation, definitely a good conversation. Keith Blakemore Noble. Now, Keith is he is a fear strategist, and he's the UK's premier fear strategist, and he deals a lot with phobias. And I thought it was a nice kind of like, because a lot of the fear stuff is we've been dealing with for the other speakers is business life related. Well, fear, Keith deals with the actual petrified fear of spiders or what have you. He has the strategies to help us get through those sort of things, and that's what he specializes in. And Keith will tell you he's worked with over 5,000 people, so I think he knows a bit about fear, maybe. So it's a good conversation, very worthwhile checking out, Keith, and he's got some free resources and stuff as well. And our last speaker of the night is Claire Humphreys. Now, Claire has been incredibly generous, because it's a very long conversation with Claire. She's given us a real detailed training. It's called The Reason You Are Programmed to Fail in Life and How to Change It. And this is directly out of the material from Bob Proctor. It is what she does with her clients, which is, I think it's a 1-year program she does with her clients on this one. But, you know, it's about learning to deal with those issues and using those strategies and things to take you forward. It's a very good conversation, and again, well worth a listen. Quite long, as I said to you, but it's worth a listen. So that is all of our speakers for the evening, and I have been talking for about 15 minutes. And do I have anything else to say is the next question. Yes, I do. So if you're joining us in the middle of the week and you have missed the last 2 evenings, there is a ticket going up this afternoon or this evening, which will allow you access to both days' talks. It's only a 7-day ticket, but it does get you access to those talks. And I think it's £20. So there you go. So that's allowing you access to the previous talks, and they're all flipping worth getting. They are so good. I mean, Simon Jordan was brilliant. Liz Mearns was. They're all brilliant. I mean, I keep pulling out things. The reason I keep talking about Simon is he and I are so resonant. He really resonates with me in terms of that. He and my life are very similar. So that's why I keep going back to that talk, because it meant so much to me. So I guess that's why I keep recognizing it. So I'm not trying to be mean to the speakers. It's just that's the one that resonates with me most. But if you want to go back to them, you certainly can in that ticket. And that's the same with all the tickets. If you're finding anything interesting or you missed something, it is worth investing in the ticket. So we've got a number of ticket options that you can buy into. There's the 30-day ticket, which allows you access to all the recordings for 30 days. I think it ends on the 28th of September. And that lets you access to all of those things. Amazing content, lots of time to take notes. However, if you are committed to change and committed to do something about this, I really would suggest you went for the VIP ticket. And that is £95. And that has huge amounts of additional information. So you get all the talks, you get audio downloads of all the talks, plus any additional information, plus loads of offers from the speakers. And there's I mean, the information, the stuff we put in there ourselves from Life, Passion and Business is a value of £500. I mean, the talks are going to go, this whole project at the moment is priced at £95 for unlimited access. Once this all finishes, it will go up to £295. So this won't stay at that price. That price will stop probably on Monday. We'll decide, yeah, Monday, I suspect. So there is going to be a shift in the price of it all. So that's why it really is worth getting in now if you want to get into it. The value of it. How do you determine the value of something that could change your life? I have no idea. It becomes almost priceless, doesn't it? But you have to put some money on the table. Now, the reason you have to do that is because unless you invest some money into it, we don't value it so much. I mean, how many programs and things have you downloaded? How many things have you, oh, look at that. But once you put some money down somewhere, you kind of go, I put some money on that, I better go and look at it. So that's what the money does. It literally just makes you committed to doing something with it. And we've kept the price as low as we can for everybody in this event. So going back again, you get the talks, you get the audios, you get 2 of the download books of ours, which is the happiness book and the focus book. You'll get the slides and things from the speakers, and you also get the access to all the speakers' additional materials and things and they've also put in their offers. So if you were to add it all up, it's over £1,000 of stuff in there. Now, admittedly, you're not going to take all the offers, but if you were going to work with any of the speakers or wanted to, you could get a discount for some of the things. So do check out the perks page and then the VIP page and see what you think. So that's enough of me rambling about VIP stuff, but it is important. It really is important because I want you to get the best out of this week. There was a comment that came up last night I wanted to just draw attention to. All of the talks, just to be really clear, all of the talks have been pre-recorded. You've seen the hassles that I have in terms of maintaining the live interaction here and maintaining the live process. I've got speakers in the US, I've got speakers in Europe, and I've got speakers all over the country, and I'm in Scotland. So in order to maintain that level of connection with all those people over a period of days and using live interaction would be really, really challenging. And it would definitely go wrong. I just say it would go wrong. So the beauty of us being able to record them, pre-record them, has taken the pressure off everybody, and it meant that I could actually access people who weren't available. So a lot of the speakers are on holiday at the moment, or not in their homeland, somewhere else. So it would have been impossible to catch hold of everyone at the same time. So this way, I've got everybody, we've got everyone's information together, and you're getting to appreciate what they can deliver. So that's me covering that bit. Do use the Facebook group. Do check in with us. Love to hear what's going on for you. I know I said this before, but it's your feedback, your checking in that helps me deliver more what you need. If you need anything else or you want anything else, just say what it is you need and I will be there for you. Okay, I'm going to round up. I think I've been talking for a while and I could keep on. I could keep going, but there would be a danger that I would be repeating myself. And yeah, I think I could be repeating myself. So look, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy what's being delivered, and I will see you tomorrow. All the best. And now I've got to look that way so that I can find that button there that says stop streaming. So now I'm going to